I'm back with another review. Today we are reviewing Castle Crashers, which is one of my favorite games I've ever played. Castle Crashers is a 2D side scroller fight 'em up. You're a knight you're in a fantasy world, so there's gonna be magic, weird things, you name it. This game came out a decade ago. Like, it is crazy that now they're getting their first bit of DLC in a long time. Because they're like usual DLC used to be you had to pay for new characters. It didn't really add on to the game, but this new DLC is adding on to the game, and it's so much fun. Like, there's so much stuff to talk about in this game. So, like I said, this game is a 2D side scroller, and you fight enemies, hordes of enemies. And this game you can play up to with four friends, or I mean 3 friends, so make that 4 people. And each friend can be a different character. There to be start off the game to start it off, you play as 4 knights: lightning, magic, poison magic, or no, red knight, orange knight, green knight, and blue knight. And then as long as you play through the game, you unlock more characters that you can play. And then at the end of each playthrough, depending on who you play, you unlock a new knight. Now, these knights make you play the game more. For instance, this knight right here, you can't unlock him until you finish the whole game with the white knight. That sounds pretty. The gray knight. Can't be saying that. Anyway, so like I said, this game there's a bunch of reasons to play this game, and once you beat it, you can't just put it down. You can actually keep going. And then here you'll see that there is a shop. Shops will appear throughout the game depending on where you are, and they will be able to buy weapons, potions, items, and pets. You'll see behind me in that character there's a dog pet. Later I'll be showing. Actually, right now, I will show you that there is a weapons where you can get all your weapon slots, and that can go on forever. All of these weapons pertain to a certain level. So these weapons right here are level 1s, and then those weapons are level 5s. Depending on your level, you can unlock certain weapons or equip them. And you unlock them throughout the game. They're going to be hidden in like treasures and areas. This portion is going to be pets. They're going to be hidden in the same way that weapons are, but these pets will enhance your play style. There are a bunch of pets, and they will do like a lot of different things. The pet that I picked up is called the giraffe pet. It will boost your XP. Now, right here is an arena. If you want to play as the enemies that you fight throughout the game, you can by just doing these arenas. Once you wipe out the entire arena, you then unlock the character for a new playthrough. And I will throw up a picture on all of the characters that you can unlock, because there are a lot of characters you can unlock in this game, and these characters can only be unlocked through certain characters beating the game. Now, coming up, there's going to be a boss. Bosses will appear throughout the game, and these aren't your typical bosses, because bosses in other games usually give you stuff. Sometimes these bosses are just in your way to just make your playthrough more difficult. But this boss right here is the first boss, so it's incredibly easy. All these bosses you can cheese in some way, but that will all get thrown at the door once you enter a certain mode, and I'll talk about that later. But these bosses, some will give you stuff, and I will show you later on what bosses I'm talking about. But these bosses right here, like the one I'm fighting right now, they're just roadblockers. They're not really there for anything. But they are a good way to learn about the game, learn about how you can dodge, and then later aspects. Like, for instance, this boss right here, it was shooting bombs. Bombs are a very weird factor in this game. They are everywhere. They're used as items, magic, and then the enemies use them obnoxiously. You'll be comboing an enemy, and then boom, you get hit by a bomb out of nowhere. But it's fun all the less. Now coming up is going to be an actual boss fight. And I'll let this boss fight play out in the meanwhile while you listen to Castle Crasher's sick tunes, because these tunes are very sick. But these bosses, at the end, they'll give you treasure. And treasure, gold. Gold is a very important aspect to this game. It is used for every single thing you buy. And also, there are princesses. These princesses correlate to the knights, kinda. But these princesses are basically the second reason why you're going out on this quest. You need to bring them back because they are getting kidnapped by these monsters, these creatures, and you'll find them throughout the game and save them. Now, there is a funny joke that I can't say because it is a spoiler, and I really want you guys to play this with that purple princess. You'll see her face get covered up until the very end of the game. Now, once you defeat a boss or any level, you'll be then treated to this screen. This screen, you can upgrade anything in your stats. This is a stat upgrader, and you'll see strength, magic, defense, and agility. And the more you upgrade, the better it is, and that's obvious, I hope. Now, right here, you can't progress through that stage of the map without those key things. So you need the compass, which you'll find at the blacksmith, and the others are scattered around the map. Now, what I'm going to show you now is something called insane mode. Insane mode is after you defeat the game with a character. It'll have that skull icon, and you will unlock another shop completely separate from the other game. It's going to be called, or I don't know what it actually is called, but I call it the Insane Shop. And these weapons are insanely pricey. Same with the pets, but they are really good. Now, with this insane mode unlocked, you can then go through the base game, but it is now harder. It is very, very hard. So hard, in fact, that I haven't actually beat the game with insane mode. But it is still the same game. It will still be the same, but just with amped up enemies. So, I mean, if you have friends that you beat it with, it will be fun to play with those friends again. Constantly keep it going. Alright, I hope you guys do enjoy this video for me coming back after God knows how long. And then secondly, get this game. It's a very fun game. I think this is a very, very, very good game.